EU alerts shift to coal, accuses Russia of rogue actions on gasoline. Brussels, Oslo. The European Union will quickly shift again to coal to address slowing Russian fuel flows, an EU reliable said on Wednesday, as a decent fuel marketplace and rocketing costs set off a race for opportunity fuels. European leaders have rounded on Russia after flows through its Nord Stream 1 pipeline were reduced to simply 40% of ability, deepening an energy standoff after the invasion of Ukraine triggered Europe to impose tough sanctions on Moscow. To deal with gasoline shortfalls, the International Energy Agency (IEA) said Europe should update Russian power substances at the same time as doubling down on performance and renewables, consisting of nuclear electricity. Europe will temporarily pursue fossil gas alternatives to Russian gas in mild of President Vladimir Putin's actions. However, these actions will now not derail longer-term climate alternate targets, a senior European Commission respectable stated. The illegal invasion by means of Russia of Ukraine has led to an emergency scenario inside the EU, Alina Bardrum, Acting Director for International Affairs and Climate Finance at the European Commission, told the Africa Energy Forum in Brussels. With the very rogue actions we are watching from the Putin administration in terms of Gazprom (MCX), GAZP, reducing the drift very all of sudden, we're doing some very critical measures, but all of these measures are transient, she introduced, referring to coal use. Countries have mentioned a sequence of measures to withstand a deliver crisis to address worries approximately iciness, electricity shortages and an inflation spike. Driving home the factor, German Finance Minister Christian Lindner on Tuesday night stated there was a chance of significant financial crisis and underlined the need for alternatives to conquer 3 or extra years of strength scarcity. Flows of Russian gas to Europe via the Nord Stream 1 pipeline and deliveries via Ukraine were steady on Wednesday, but remained notably decreased than ultimate week when Gazprom curbed ability, citing technical troubles. Italian strength agency ENI's request for fuel from Gazprom on Wednesday was best partly confirmed. The benchmark fuel rate for Europe turned into buying and selling round €127, $133, according to megawatt-hour (MWH), underneath this 12 months' height of €335, but nevertheless up more than 300% on its degree a year ago. Europe is scrambling to fill garage now at 55% beforehand of winter as it fears further disruptions in gas furnished through Russia, which has already reduced off a few customers. Lindner's warning got here after Germany's BDI Enterprise Association stated recession in Europe's biggest economy could be inevitable after a halt in Russian fuel deliveries. The EU and other evolved economies have sanctioned Russian oil and coal, however held off banning gasoline imports. Shoring up growing old nuclear infrastructure might provide a respite to excessive power fees and tight substances, the IEA stated. In light of renewed hobby in nuclear electricity's position in smooth strength transitions, the conflict has underscored the need to discover alternatives for funding in new centers as well as the reopening of current uranium conversion vegetation. More widely, $2.4 trillion set to be invested in electricity this year covered file spending on renewables, however fell short of plugging a supply gap and tackling climate exchange, the enterprise said.